Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jocelyn Jam. Today I will be giving you 5 tips to success. 5 tips to a successful you. So, without further ado, here we go. Number 1, actually begin. As Nike says, just do it. We spend an incredible amount of time trying to find the ideal circumstances, the perfect timing to do something. But the perfect timing just may never come. You make that ideal time, and that ideal time for you just may be now. Do not spend time procrastinating and justifying it by saying you do not have the ideal circumstances to begin whatever it is that you want to begin. You just need to step out there and do it. It does not have to be perfect. It just has to be done. Number 2, show up and be consistent. Now you have decided to begin. Now you have actually begun. A lot of what do you want to do next? A lot of us find ourselves dropping out midway because we get lazy. But now it is up to you to build this habit of being consistent, of showing up when you decide you will, when you say you will. And I know consistency is really hard work, which is why I say you should write it down. Write down what it is that you want to do. Write down what your goals are, what the schedule is going to be like. Write it down and commit to these goals. Because consistency is important for growth in anything. You need to be able to do it many times, to make mistakes, so that you can fine tune it and figure out what is good for you, what works well just for you. So, show up and be consistent. This brings us to step number 3. Set your goals and stick to them. Stick to your goals, stick to your gumptions. And to be able to stick to your goals, you need to first know why this is important to you. Why is it that you set this particular goal? What is it that you hope to achieve? What are the long-term benefits for you? Will it make you happier? Will it make your life better? Will it make you more successful? Whatever definition you give to success. Will it help you go on that vacation that you've always wanted to go? What are the long-term goals for you? We often get stuck thinking about the short-term goals, wanting success now, wanting today, wanting to start today and having success tomorrow. But that's not how it works. Well, for the most of us, that's not how it works. There are a few people, overnight sensations, but for the most of us, it's not going to work that way. You have to set your goals and stick to those goals. Why are you doing that thing? Why is it important to you? You have to know exactly why it's important to you. It's like wanting to go. It's like me going to the gym for 3 weeks and all of a sudden quitting because I didn't lose any weight. That happened though. That happened, but still, it's why I'm here now, because I learned you have to set your goals and stick to them. If you think that you will not be able to push through the hard parts once you set your goal, don't even begin, because you will be wasting time that you could have used working on something else that would have been more favorable toward you. Or more favorable to you. Number 4, do not compete with others. We spend a lot of time pitting ourselves against each other, trying to be better than X, trying to be better than Y, trying to be better than Z, and that's not necessary. The only person you're in competition with, or you should be in competition with, is yourself. How do I make myself better than I was yesterday? How do I make my business grow? You can look at others as role models, but you should not let feelings of jealousy, envy, rivalry, even hatred be the fuel for why you're doing your business, because that is what competition drives in you. Now, I'm not talking about sports competition here. That's different. I'm talking about looking at other people, comparing yourselves to them, and saying, I have to be better than that person. I have to do better than them. I have to win over them. Do not compete with other people. Because sometimes also competing with other people makes you like everyone else. You want to be you. You want to be unique. Which means that if you're not competing with others, but only with yourself, you sometimes find yourself taking the road less traveled. It may have failed for others, which is why they're not taking it, but you haven't tried it and you don't know that it will not work for you. So do not be afraid of taking the road less traveled. Don't compete with others. Compete with yourself to make yourself better, to strive to be better than you were yesterday, than you were last week, than you were last year, than you were 10 years ago. Do not be afraid of change. Do not compete with others. Only compete with yourself of yesterday, with yourself 5 minutes ago. Don't let society fool you into thinking that competition is absolutely great. No, competition is a disease that is rampant in society that we need to figure out how to eradicate. And at number 5, when you fall off track, figure out how to pick up yourself and keep moving. You will fall off track. That is a fact. There is no way you will keep going without making a mistake somewhere. But when you do, pick yourself up and keep moving. Now, if your goal, which was a small goal, was to say, I will wake up at 7 a.m. every day so that I can get something done, I can start getting things done by 7:30. If for one day you forget and you don't wake up at 7 o'clock, or you turn off your alarm and you get up at 8 a.m., that doesn't mean that you failed. It simply means that that day you woke up at 8 a.m. And so you move on from there. When you fall, pick yourself up. I remember I would, set myself a goal to write, because I write poetry, to write. And I would, say I would start writing at 7:30. And all of a sudden it's 7:40 and you go, maybe 7:45. And then it's 8 o'clock and you're like, maybe 8:15. And all of a sudden it's the next day and I hadn't written anything. So, bottom line, do not let yourself stay on the ground. When you fall, pick yourself up and keep moving. Wipe your scrapes, clean the blood, and keep moving because it is necessary. And here's a bonus for you: gratitude. Be grateful. Y'all, gratitude is such an important thing. Be grateful for what you have accomplished. We spend a lot of time looking at what we haven't done instead of looking at what we have done and how that has taken us to where we are at that moment. Do not forget gratitude. Be grateful that you have a certain thing. Be grateful that you've gotten to a certain point of accomplishment as you work toward getting to the next part of it. Be grateful for the people who helped you, push you to that point. Be grateful to yourself for letting yourself be in that moment. All these habits of success really are mindsets, are all sort of mindset. It's all in the mind. They're not problems that we encounter. They're not problems on the way. It's a mindset problem. And we just need to change our mindset to build these habits. So please hold on to gratitude. That is where we end for today. But please don't leave just yet. If you found this video helpful, if you think the steps are helpful tips toward success, please leave a comment down below in the comment section. I read every comment and I try to respond to every comment. So leave a comment down below. Or if you have more tips towards success, please put in the comments down below and I will look at it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe if you find it interesting. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you did not like this video, hit the dislike button. And please do be sure to tell me why you did not like the video and share it with your friends and family. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Love to you all.